like, how do we make this so it's irresistible? And so there's two other Napoleon Hill things that are unpublished. Nobody has access to them. One's called It'll Place You Wherever You Wish to Be Amongst Men. This is the MIF-key that Napoleon Hill used for the Napoleon Hill magazine way back in 1919. Back in 1919, you could buy this book from him for $50, or you get it for free when you subscribe to his magazine. And $50 back in 1919 is about $3,000 today. So he was using the same stuff where you're like, this is this book, it's $3,000, or you get it for free if you join my continuity program.
Welcome to the Miracle Plant Podcast, the show that inspires, promotes, and gives you a daily dose of inspiration from the people who have used cannabis to change their lives in extraordinary ways. Here's your host, Justin Benton.
Welcome back to the Miracle Plant Podcast, where we discuss this miracle plant with so many names and how it's helping people in so many extraordinary ways. Well, today is another exciting bonus episode that I want to share with you. Russell Brunson and I have partnered on a $100 million a year company. That's the goal to do within the first 24 months. And we want your help. If you're somebody that's looking for an opportunity to have massive impact and massive income, well, you're going to love this episode where Russell Brunson shares in the Inner Circle Mastermind that I have paid $50,000 to be a part of. And we were giving a presentation at this mastermind explaining how we were kind of like Babe Ruth and calling our shot for $100 million a year company, Secrets of Success. So I want you to listen, understand the genius and the brilliance of this strategy that Russell came up with and that we've partnered on at Secrets of Success, and learn from it. But also, if it calls you, if it's something that seems exciting for you, we want you to partner with us and help us get to that $100 million a year, have massive impact with personal development and helping people take control of their mindset, and of course, get paid, because that seems to be an important thing to people these days, looking for a way to get a new revenue stream in this new online world where we find ourselves, where I know the economy's a little funky, and I know people are trying to figure out, some are just trying to figure out how to make ends meet. And that's why having this incredible opportunity where we pay out 40%, sometimes an extra 10% on top of that of commission of any partner or anybody that you bring on board as well. So it's a really incredible movement that we're starting, and it's an incredible income opportunity if you really apply yourself. We've paid out over $100 million, Russell has, with ClickFunnels, paid to JV partners or affiliates is what you call it. So again, sit back, relax, listen about this movement that we've already started. And at the end of the show notes, you'll see a link where you can partner and learn more about partnering with Russell and I on this incredible movement. It is secretsofsuccess.com/JV. All right. Happy healing, everybody, and be a blessing.
Welcome to the Marketing Secrets Podcast. My name is Russell Brunson, and I'm what you call a serial entrepreneur, but with a twist. You see, 50% of my time, I'm the CEO of ClickFunnels, helping over 100,000 brands to grow their companies with funnels. And the other 50% of my time, I'm actually in the trenches using ClickFunnels to grow the startups I believe in. During this podcast, I'll take you behind the scenes and show you how we are bootstrapping ClickFunnels and my other businesses from startup to 9 figures and beyond. Welcome to the show. What's up, everybody? This is Russell Brunson. Welcome back to the Marketing Secrets Podcast. And oh, do I have a treat for you today. So are you ever curious, what would Russell do if he was trying to build a new business to $100 million a year? What would be the step-by-step process? Well, good news is I've explained it 3 times in the last year. Once was at Pirates Cove to my Category Kings and Atlas members who paid $250,000. Second time was in a Decade Day with my Inner Circle members who all paid $50,000 to be there. And the third time was at Funnel Hacking Live 9 I did on stage. And the one I did at Funnel Hacking Live 9, basically we had about, it was about an hour long. And I'm not going to give you that one because that one, this podcast, and my podcast is typically, 20, 30 minutes long. So but the one I did at Decade in a Day, I kind of walked through the process. And I want to give that to you because I think it'll help you guys to kind of see, what I'm doing, like why we do the linchpin, why it's so important, how we're using it to scale and grow our companies and a whole bunch of other stuff. And so I'm going to give you that version. But if you want to see like the full out, like long one from Funnel Hacking Live, there's only one way to do it. Okay. We don't normally sell replays of Funnel Hacking Live and stuff like that. But coming up here in, a couple weeks, I'm doing a new event called 2 Comma Club Live Linchpin Edition. And the first time we did a 2 Comma Club Live event was during the pandemic, and it was amazing. That obviously that presentation got shut down because, or that event got shut down when the pandemic was over. And so now we're doing a new one. It's called 2 Comma Club Live Linchpin Edition. And basically I'm taking all the core presentations from Funnel Hacking Live 9, as well as like a dozen other amazing presentations that were not at Funnel Hacking Live. And we're doing a 3-day virtual event. It's going to be so much fun. And so if you want to see the full full version of my 90-minute or 60-minute presentation teaching how I'm going to go from $0 to $100 million, you can get the whole thing with the slides and everything there at the event. Now, the coolest thing about this event is some of you guys have seen me do events like this in the past, and it's really cool because it's one of those things where the event is worth $300 easily, but I'm not going to charge you guys for the event up front. In fact, all you got to do is you got to go to 2commaclublive.com and go sign up, put your credit card in, and then you have a chance to go through the entire event. And then when the event's over, if you like it, then you can pay. And if you don't like it, you don't have to pay anything. So it's kind of like a risk reversal because I want to make sure that you guys love it as much as I think you're going to love it. But it gives you the chance to literally sit through, 80% of Funnel Hacking Live, the last one, plus a whole bunch of new presentations that weren't at Funnel Hacking Live. And it's awesome. And so basically the option is you sign up right now, you put your credit card in, $0 now. And then when the event's over, if you like it, you pay $197. So you could literally go and just sign up, go through the event, and then cancel, and then you don't pay anything at all. Or you can, again, after the event's over, if you like it, you pay basically $200. Or there's also a prepay option where you save $50 for $150. You prepay and you get the whole thing, and you get the replays for about a couple weeks. So anyway, it's worth going to. We got almost 1,000 people already registered for it. It's going to be a really fun virtual event that I'm going to be hosting. It's not just watching random videos. Like I'm literally going to be from Boise headquarters streaming live. The dates are February 7th through 9th. So yeah, I would go get your ticket, 2commaclublive.com, TWOCOMMACLUBLIVE.com, 2Comma Club Live, all spelled out. This is a one-time virtual event. It's going to be so much fun. So if you want to understand linchpin even deeper, please come to that. With that said, though, you have a chance to listen to this presentation, about 20-minute presentation of me showing how I'm using the linchpin to grow secrets of success. And I hope you love it. And I hope you hang out with us to go really, really deep in the linchpin over at 2commaclublive.com. Thanks so much, and I hope you enjoy this presentation. So at the end of the Atlas group, we had like a 2-hour window before it ended, and everyone's like, well, we're out of stuff to do. What do you guys want to talk about? And they're like, tell us how you're going to launch 6 secrets. And Eileen was interesting. Eileen's like, I think it's impossible to do a $100 million a year business that's not a software company. I was like, oh, that's a huge false belief. It's totally possible. And so they're like, well, show us how you're going to do secrets of success. I'm like, okay, that'd be easy. So this is my model, my plan. And I think my goal is to get $100 million within 24 months of MRR, right? ARR. So $100 million a year annual recurring revenue is the goal with it. So that was kind of the thought exercise. And we're trying to reverse engineer the math and numbers. I don't have it in front of me, so maybe you'll remember it better than I can. But all right, should we do it? That sound like fun?
You guys wanted to see linchpin at 100 million in 24 months. I don't know. You guys wanted. I saw it.
Okay. So step number one then is like, what are we actually selling? And unfortunately for most of us, me specifically, is I always start with like, what's the funnel going to be? But with this, I was like, we need to make sure the product's really, really good. Like, what's that actually going to look like? And so, Justin's been closing these deals like crazy. We got Napoleon Hill Foundation. We got Nightingale Conant. Like we got, it's exciting. And so first thing is like the actual membership site, right? So here's what it looks like. Secrets of success. You guys know I love my side menus where we've got different tiers. So right now we're leading with 2 tiers of continuity, and eventually we'll be opening up a third. A couple things is like the power of software continuity is software sticky, right? Somebody signs up and they're less likely to leave. The problem with info product continuity is like when someone has info products, if you cancel, there's no pain of disconnect there. That was always the biggest problem with Dan Kennedy's newsletter. It was just like, there's no pain of disconnect. So I'm like, how do we create pain of disconnect inside of a continuity program? And there's a couple ways that I've seen that work really well. One, which goes against my selling model, so I'm not using it, but it's like the front end is like you charge $500 to get into the program, and then it's $97 a month. And that keeps people in because if they cancel, they got to pay $500 to get back in. You know what I mean? But that goes against the MIF-key thing. So we're not doing that, but that's one way that I'm like, that keeps people sticking longer because If they cancel, they got to pay $500 to get back in. So there's like that pain of like, if I disconnect, come back in, it's going to cost a lot, right? The second one is when we're thinking through this is Audible's model, and Audible sells credits, right? And so you have credits, unlock audiobooks, but if you cancel, well, in my world, it'll go away. So what'll happen is when someone joins Secret of Success, there's kind of two pieces here. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this, so I'm going to jump around a little bit. We'll edit it and put it in chronological order later. So if you follow like Stu McLaren's methodology with membership sites, the most important thing you can possibly have is a success path, right? One of the mistakes that I make and other people make is like you have a membership site, it's like, here's a billion things, you have access to everything, right? It's like paying for a library card. No one pays for a library card because you walk in and everything's there, right? So Stu's like, the most powerful thing in a membership site is a success path. So first thing is you come to Secret Success, and there will be a success path that like takes you through these trainings that you go through, and so on and so forth, right? So a success path. Our plan with these trainings are to be facilitated trainings, which, how many of you guys saw the two linchpin events we've done so far? We're taking Garrett White's facilitated model and doing it live in 2 Common Club X coaching program, and it's working insanely well. This is not going to be done in 9 minutes.
It's all good.
Anyway, so we'll put a thumb in that. It's awesome. So we're going to be doing that, right? These will be facilitated trainings. So someone will come in there and it's like join, like first training, go in there, they jump on. It's a 1-day event, teaching people like the core things. And they'll graduate from that one. It'll take them the next step and takes them through the success path, which hopefully will take them 3, 4, 5 months to get through the whole thing. But it's the thing that's moving them through the process, right? And the goal is like getting them engaged, moving through a process while you get them to stick with the community. People join continuity for a hook, they stick for the community, right? So that's the first part. This is the training cycle to get them connected. Now we got to get them connected to the community. And so the other piece, and because me personally, I like having lots of stuff. The second piece of this is going to be a library. So when you log in, up here, it'll be like home, and there's a tab that says library, and then there'll be a couple other things. So you'll see the library tab, you click on it, and it pops you over to a page. And on that page, have you seen these pages yet?
I'm learning.
I'll have to show you tonight. They're beautiful. Anyway, I have all my favorite authors, like Napoleon Hill, Orson Swett Marden, like all my favorite authors are here. Elise Lincoln Benedict. Anyway, all the authors we have. And then underneath there's like, we have 3 Napoleon Hill courses. We got 2 from Orson Swett Marden. So we have all the courses, right? And so what happens is when you join the member site, each month you get 2 credits, like Audible credits, right? So it's like, you have 2 credits. Go pick which courses you want. It's like, I want to go to Napoleon Hill. I want to go listen to Maxwell Maltz. And what's cool is like, some of the stuff right now, Jenny's got a team where we're taking all these old books I've been buying, we're scanning them, and we got a team doing audiobooks of them. So you can these books that are unpublishable, unfindable, you'll be able to log in, get the PDF and the audiobook and listen to them. Or a bunch of Napoleon Hill stuff. Justin closed the deal with Napoleon Hill Foundation, so they're sending us all Napoleon Hill's unpublished works, and those are going in here, also as audiobook and PDF, so you can read and listen to those. You come in here, it's just like a library of what do I want to learn this month? And so you'll have 2 credits. So that gives you the ability to have really cool things. And what happens is you're unlocking books, but if you cancel your membership, they all disappear. And so if you want to come back later, it's like, I lost all my books. I don't want to lose the pain and disconnect, right? Now there's pain and disconnect because you're building your library and you don't want to lose these things. And the second thing is community. How do we do community? So what's going to happen is each month, collectively as a community, we're going to pick one thing to go through. So if you get 2 credits each month, one, you go get whatever one you want to learn, but hey, we're all going through Brainology with Elsie Lincoln Benedict this month. So buy your second credit of that one. So everyone gets the same credit, and then we have a whole book club. We come in here, and it's we're reading the book together, we're talking about, we're doing live trainings, we're just geeking out and building this community of people geeking out on a book and a topic and just having fun. So that's how, while they're going to success path, we build community, connection, stick, and then building something where if they lose, there's pain and disconnect. So that was the first goal, is trying to create that site, so it's just amazing. And so this is mostly done right now. All Nightingale Conant stuff we're getting in here. Anyway, and it'll be a growing library because we still have tons of stuff coming from them. Anyway, so there's step 1, is just making a really good continuity program. Okay, so that's step number 1. Step number 2, then, we need a really, really good MIF-key.
Where do you hear about this MIF-key?
That's awesome. And I don't think Jenny's gone. We probably don't have it in here.
I'll go find it.
You know what's that? Okay. So the MIF-key is a couple things. Obviously, it's an irresistible offer that you got to have, right? And so the first thing we did is the most famous personal development book in the world is Think and Grow Rich by, what's his name again? Napoleon Hill, the man. And so we did a deal with the Napoleon Hill Foundation where they let me make my own version. So I wrote the foreword for it. I designed the cover and the wrapper. So it's the Russell Brunson version of Think and Grow Rich. So we get that. That's part of the MIF-key. So we got Think and Grow Rich. And then I'm like, well, you can buy Think and Grow Rich anywhere though, so it's kind of cool. But like, how do we make it so it's irresistible? And so there's two other Napoleon Hill things that are unpublished. Nobody has access to them. One's called It'll Place You Wherever You Wish to Be Amongst Men. This is the MIF-key that Napoleon Hill used for the Napoleon Hill magazine way back in 1919. Back in 1919, you could buy this book from him for $50, or you get it for free when you subscribe to his magazine. And $50 back in 1919 is about $3,000 today. So he was using the same stuff where you're like, this is this book, it's $3,000, or you get it for free if you join my continuity program. Like, I'm just copying Napoleon Hill. Anyway, so that was his, so that book is, we republished that one. Lessons in Applied Psychology subtitle. And then the third one is Don Green. Every month, he's the guy that runs the Napoleon Hill Foundation. Ever since Justin closed the deal, every month, actually, every week I get a box from him in the mail with just random stuff. Napoleon Hill pictures and books and records, and we got old movie tapes. And anyway, one of them came this unpublished manuscript he wrote called The Secrets of Master Salesmanship, which he titled as Secrets of, like, come on. I love this guy. But it's like how to sell through, anyway, so like we got the rights and we published that. So this is the MIF-key that you get this. So 2 books you can't get anywhere else on the planet, and then Think and Grow Rich, which is most popular, and that is the MIF-key with a bunch of other digital stuff. But that's phase number 2. So it's the MIF-key that gets people into that, right? So they'll pay free plus shipping, they get a 14-day trial of continuity, and that's kind of the first thing. So okay, so that's kind of the game plan right now. MIF-key, this should be done post Funnel Hacking Live in like 2 weeks. Within 14 days of Funnel Hacking Live, Stephanie and I are racing. We're both going to be launching something, but this will be our initial MIF-key launch that we're promoting it to. So we'll promote it. Justin's lining up the Dream 100, trying to get as many people as possible. We're not doing like a set, like this launches June 13th. We're trying to do like kind of a rolling launch where everyone's promoting it as soon as they can. We are building out a 2-tier affiliate program. So the goal is, I think first tier is 35%. The second tier would be 10%. So as soon as somebody promotes this thing, boom, and they get a whole bunch of people coming in, and we'll be like, who are your friends would also want this? And then introduce us, you get 10%, and we set it up. And so we'll create a whole affiliate army all promoting this like crazy. And that's kind of the goal right there. 2 minutes left. Okay, we're only through step number 2 of the thing. But that's kind of the game plan is we're all promoting here. We have an email newsletter. Ours is actually going to be a daily email newsletter that's happening to all the leads coming through, all talking about stuff inside the membership site. And there will be, there's a $97 a month level, and eventually we'll have a $297 a month level. Based on the math that we know, typically what happens is about, let's say you get 100 people to sign up for the $97, you get about 10% of people to upgrade there. So based on our math, it was like, I think it's like 30 or 40,000 members between this, and then the continuity in the background was like 2% buying the high-end future self coaching. I think it was 30,000 active members gets us to $100 million a year, if I remember right. 30,000 active members at $97 a month gives us 3,000-ish at $297 a month, and gives us whatever 2% of that at $25K a year. It ends up being about $100 million a year of ARR. Okay, so then MIF-key launch happens, it's all going well, traffic's coming in, and then the next phase in this thing called the linchpin, in my last 1 minute, 4 seconds, is then we come through, and then we're going to start doing challenges. So we have rights from the foundation, Think and Grow Rich Challenge. I'm the only person in the world that can do that, so we're going to Think and Grow Rich Challenge. Everyone will register. So all these affiliates who've been promoting the MIF-key will then come back, and we're like, hey guys, you're making a ton of money off this thing right now. We're doing Think and Grow Rich Challenge. You should all promote it. So then everyone promotes Think and Grow Rich Challenge, which then pushes people to the thank you page MIF-key, and we get a whole bunch of people from there, and then from there, here we sell the $297 level at higher, which gets this, this is where we get the 10% of people getting the higher level. That's Think and Grow Rich Challenge. That'll be month number 1. Then month number 2, we do the Mental Dynamite Challenge, or the Science of Success Challenge, or the, anyway, we just keep rotating through different challenges based on book titles from Napoleon Hill. And eventually it could be other ones. We could do Maxwell Maltz, we could do Earl Nightingale, but it's just pulling in people that are awesome and doing a challenge based on their thing and pushing people in, and then we just keep doing that forever. And then eventually we do a big, huge round peg, square holes virtual event that's just amazing. People come, and my vision, what I want to do long term, is having Funnel Hacking Live, and then 6 months later I do the Secret Success event, and those are my 2 events I do each year. Boom, boom, back and forth. This one comes as all personal development, and the end of it we sell people in the future self coaching, and boom, $100 million a year in 24 months. With 18 seconds to go. No, I'm 18 seconds over.
What do you guys think, huh?
Yeah!
I think it's cool to see it happen before it happens, like, calling your shot.
Calling shot, Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
But the keys are, obviously, it's like this is the number, right? This metric is how many people are monthly. Was it 30,000 or was it 50,000 based on the numbers? Do you remember what I shared in the thing?
For what?
To get to $100 million a year? Because basically it was this number, 10% are at $297 a month, and like 2.5%.
50,000.
It was 50,000 because 50,000 members.
100,000 is the goal and 50,000 is the failure.
Oh yeah. $50,000. If 50,000 members, we fail and we do $100 million a year. That's right. That's what it was. But it's very formulaic. Very like when you look at linchpin as a whole, it's very formulaic, systematic. Just like really good continuity. It's sticky. MIF-key gets people in, drive a bunch of leads there, and then start doing dramatic demonstrations to fill it up. Dramatic demonstrations. And so we just keep doing this. And then having a really good, one of my big things I talk about, Category Kings and Atlas Group, is like we have to get better at creating better offers for our affiliates. And so like we got to make really good offers for affiliates where they will want to promote, because then it's not just us driving traffic. We got a whole army of people driving traffic as well. And that's kind of the game plan.
Is the coaching continuity too, or is it like a high ticket?
It'd be a high ticket, yeah.
10, 25, whatever.
$25,000 a year. So this is continuity, it's $25,000 a year, or whatever, $20,000 a year, whatever the thing is. But yeah.
When you targeted the 100 million, is it just based on the 297?
Oh, cool. Factor in the coaching, yeah. It's basically figuring out of the members who we have here. 10% are here. I think it was 2 or 2.5% this time for high-end coaching.
Okay.
That's that was the three things, yeah. So this is what the box, this is not the end version. This box actually was the really crazy one, but there's the Think and Grow Rich with the forward by Russell Brunson. Ooh, how many of you guys want this? Yeah. Just go to secretsuccess.com/ just kidding. So that's the Think and Grow Rich book. And this is like, we found a really cool artist from, I think, Belarus or something, who did this thing, and I've had him do a design of this for every one of these authors that are republishing. So if you go to secretsuccess.com and click on the authors tab, you'll see all the ones he's done. There's like 20 or something he's done, but we're getting like all my people done in this design. Then we can do tons of books with like this is like our brand of each of the authors' faces and stuff, which is, I think that design just.
If you have time at the end
really
too,
cool.
He read the forward at Atlas, and it's pretty cool to hear him read his forward on TV. Okay, can I do one more thing? Oh, sorry. Is it okay if I over-deliver? You guys okay with that? Yeah. Okay. I have a thing. I think this is like the future of continuity funnels. This came out of like a whole bunch of brainstorming. It's like so simple when you think about it later. You're like, oh, of course, this is like the easiest thing in the world. But I think the way we structure the MIF-key funnel, I think is the key to a big part of this. So if you look at, okay, so there's MIF-key funnel, and you guys know it's free plus shipping. Obviously, we'll have some kind of order form bump. In the past, when I've done continuity offers, a lot of times I'll have like, let's say it's $97 a month or $997 a year, right? And so we can buy yearly. And what typically happens, a breakdown, it's usually like 90-10. So 10% of people will pay up front, which is great, right? Helps cover ad costs and stuff like that. But I was like, the thought was like, what if instead of doing that, what if, so we only offer the trial here, right? And then if our goal is to get people yearly, how do we make that a better irresistible offer? Because right now it's just like, here's a continuity program, or you get 2 months for free when you whatever, right? So I'm like, what if we made this offer really, really good? And so what we do instead, I don't think it's in here. Yeah, it's not in here. There's another unpublished book I got from Napoleon Hill called The Hand of Destiny. And the guy that I bought the manuscript from, he used to charge people $10,000 a day to come to his house and to read the manuscript. He sold me the manuscript for, well, initially, my initial quote was he wanted $10,000 per page of this manuscript. I negotiated down. I literally paid $5,000 per page of this manuscript. So that was the cost that I paid for this book. And so we took that entire manuscript. And do we have one here? The Hand of Destiny one? Oh, there's one in my office right under the TV. So the way we designed it, the way we designed it, basically, when you open the book, you'll see the left-hand side is the actual scanned copy of Napoleon Hill. It's cool because it's his notes and editing. There are pages or like headlines he didn't like, so we type it on typewriter and cut it, and then like literally glue it on top of it. It's like it's just cool to like read through it and see it. So the book you open, on the left-hand side, you see the actual manuscript of his edits, his everything, and the right-hand side, our team edited based on Napoleon Hill's edits, did it. So you can see like the original, the other one. So you can read it as you flip through. You see left-hand side, right-hand side. It's the entire book. And then we printed it in old paper, and we did it where we didn't. So back in the day, the way they would print stuff, they would print it and they'd fold it all up, and then they would like cut the
the pages, but a lot of times you buy books, a lot of the old books I buy now, the pages were never cut. So you literally have to like rip each page apart. And so we printed this to be that way, where like the pages are like, you have to like break each page. It's just like a cool old experience. And so my plan was to sell the book for $1,000. That was the whole plan. And I was like, wait, what if that book was free if you upgraded and paid $9.97 for the year? I bet you, I don't know yet, like 10% of people would buy in funnel. I bet we get 30% of the people to prepay with that. And if we do that, the metrics are insane. We can spend, our ability to spend is off the wall. So that's what's happening in the funnel. If this works, half what I think I do, we're going to rebuild all the ClickFunnels things. Same thing, like how to make an irresistible offer, get people prepay for a year, and have it right there in funnel while they're most excited, most likely to buy and stick, Here's the other books. Here's the Secrets to Master Salesmanship. It'll place you where every wish to be amongst men, both unpublished Napoleon Hill books. And so that's the core part of the MIF-key is I'll be getting that stuff right there. Anyway.
Who wants one? Who wants that?
Yeah.
Pre-sign up right now. Anything else there?
I think that's it, yeah.
It took us 20 minutes. That was close though.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you got the wheels in your head spinning. If you really want to go deep in this linchpin, again, you've heard me say it over and over and over again. The linchpin is the way. This is the secret. This is the future. This is what we're doing. It's the only way we're still growing and scaling in today's crazy marketplace with the cost of ads is by implementing linchpin. And it's something you should be part of. So 2 Comma Club Live Linchpin Edition is happening February 7th, 8th, and 9th, streaming directly into your home. It's a really cool reverse offer. It's called an invisible funnel, basically. So those who have read my books, you know what an invisible funnel is. But you put your credit card in, you attend the event, and then if you like the event, after it's over, you pay $200. If you don't like it, you let me know, and you get billed nothing. So that's the game plan. Come hang out with us. 2 Comma Club Live Linchpin Edition. We're going to go deep into everything about the linchpin, step by step, and I think you're going to love it. So that's all I got. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to today's show. To check out more great cannabis podcasts, go to podconnects.com. Here's a preview of one of our other shows.
Season 1 of Dope History is now available at dopehistory.com. Dope History weaves you through the lives of those who have been touched by cannabis or have had an influence on the events that shaped our laws or relationships with this plant. You'll hear tales from Frenchie Cannoli, Keith Strop, Eddie Lepp, Tom Alexander, Ed Rosenthal, Wolf Seagal, Jorge Cervantes, and Tommy Chong. Available now at dopehistory.com.